What's up everyone, it's Adam from Life of Adam team back with a brand new video. In today's video, I'm gonna be talking about 4 main tips for new lifeguards. Let's say this is your first day ever guarding a pool, guarding a lake, guarding a beach, whatever it is. These tips are gonna be very important for you so that you can succeed and have a great time lifeguarding. Now, before I dive into this, if you guys are new to the channel, I make a bunch of lifeguarding videos about how to pass the course, how to pass the swim test, how to be a good lifeguard, things like that. So if you're interested in that content and you want to show your support to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and liking the video. Now, this is my number 1 tip, and this is really important. When you're lifeguarding for the first time, let's say this is your first day, you need to communicate and you need to connect with people right away. And this is mainly focused on your coworkers, because when you're lifeguarding a big facility, you're gonna have to get on the same page with the people around you, knowing the EAPs, knowing when shifts are gonna start, when shifts are gonna end, when you're rotating, when you're doing safety checks and there's safety breaks. And so it's really important to connect, get friendly, introduce yourself, and get settled and acclimated with your coworkers so that when you're communicating while lifeguarding, it's effortless. Now, number 2, this is extremely important. I would argue maybe this is even more important than point number 1, is you need to find out where everything is. All the equipment, fanny packs, first aid, backboard, emergency exits, restrooms, belts, barbells, whatever it is for swimmers. You have to know where things are because requests are gonna come, accidents are gonna happen, and you're gonna have to be able to provide assistance, provide care, use first aid, make the save. So just make sure that when things happen, you know what your first step's gonna be, your first move, because you're aware of where things are. That's very important because when something happens, the last thing you wanna do is be wasting time and looking around for something. Now, number 3, what to bring. This is your first day lifeguarding. What are the essentials? Obviously, you wanna bring a towel. You wanna bring a guard shirt, guard shorts, a bathing suit that has guard on it that's red. Maybe some places are navy blue, but as long as it says guard on it, you're good. You need to bring a whistle. There's been times where people forget their whistle, and this is the most important thing because you're not gonna be able to enforce rules nearly as easily because you're gonna be yelling at people versus just blowing the whistle once to get everyone's attention. You're also gonna need sunglasses because it is impossible to guard on a very sunny day where the sun is beaming down on the water, there's tons of glare, your eyes are gonna be squinting and you're not gonna have a good time. So make sure you bring sunglasses because you're not gonna be able to see and do your job and watch the pool properly. Also, you're gonna wanna bring a bottle of water that is not plastic because the sun will beam down on the plastic and the water will get kind of gross to drink, it'll be really hot. So bring like a nice cool water bottle that will keep the water cold for you, and also bring sunscreen if you're someone who's very sensitive to the sun. Now, point number 4, and this is a point that I love and I've talked about it in a lot of my videos, is you wanna take control of space right away. When you're lifeguarding, you have a certain zone if you're lifeguarding with other people. What you don't want to do is be timid and be shy and let things happen. So I drew this diagram right here. Let's say that this is the lifeguarding stand. This is a full pool. So this is the shallow end, 1 to 4 feet. And right here is the deeper end, 5 to 10 feet. What I like to do, and I'll use a marker, say this is me right here. What I'll do is I'll do something called like a roaming shift or like a walking shift. What I'll do is if there's a lot of traffic in the deep end, instead of staying here, I'll actually move this way and I'll walk back and forth. And this makes it so that I can communicate to people easier because I'm closing the space. I'm also checking the blind spots, which are like these corners, which are like harder to see. And also I'm moving with the flow of like the volume of swimmers. So let's say all these swimmers went to the shallow end all of a sudden, then I would move this way. And I would do a roaming shift here, or maybe walk along the sides. Whatever I'm doing, make sure you have the fanny pack with you, you have the rescue tube at all times, and you know where equipment is. But just make sure that you're moving and you're active, because a lot of lifeguards, for some reason, they have bad posture, they don't care, and those are the lifeguards that usually get moved, or the ones who aren't engaged in doing their job and scanning the pool. So it doesn't matter what kind of eye pattern you use. Some people like to do like a box and then move in with their eyes to scan. Other people like to just go up and down the water like this when they scan with their eyes. Whatever works for you, just make sure that you're checking the volume, you're moving around, and you're active. So these are my 4 tips for new lifeguards. Obviously with tip number 4, you don't wanna like exhaust. If there's other lifeguards on duty, you don't wanna have to be walking in their zone. You wanna do your responsibility, but just make sure that you incorporate all these things when you're lifeguarding, and I guarantee you, you will look like a veteran lifeguard and people will respect you and you'll have a great time at your job. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks so much. Peace out.